I had just started a new overnight shift, caring for a man named Elias. He was in his late 80s and had severe mobility issues, but no documented dementia. According to his daughter Mira, Elias was quiet, stuck to himself, and mostly needed help getting around at night if he had to use the bathroom. The house was old, drafty. It creaked like it was trying to whisper something. I was set up in a recliner just outside Elias's room. Mira had warned me that he sometimes talked in his sleep, but not to worry. Just let him be. Around 2 a.m., I was reading on my phone when I heard a distinct knocking sound from inside Elias's room. I got up, opened the door slowly, and found him lying still in bed. His eyes were closed, but the knocking continued, 3 soft raps, this time behind me. I turned, nothing. I looked at Elias again. His eyes were now open. "You heard them too," he whispered. I froze. "Heard what, Elias?" He didn't answer. He just turned his head toward the corner of the room, the one by the old rocking chair that Mira said no one used anymore. I looked in that direction, but there was only shadow. I helped him sit up, thinking maybe he was disoriented. As I reached to steady him, he grabbed my wrist tightly and said, "Don't let it take you. If it sees your face, it'll follow you home." I pulled back. "Elias, you're not well tonight. Let's get you back into bed." He shook his head, then started muttering something low under his breath. I couldn't make out the words, but it didn't sound like English. Then he stopped abruptly, looked directly at me, and said in a completely clear tone, "Close the door. Don't leave it open." I did as he asked and sat back in the chair outside his room, trying to steady my nerves. Maybe he was developing dementia after all. 15 minutes passed, no noise, then a thump, another, then the sound of the rocking chair creaking. I opened the door again. Elias was not in his bed. The covers were thrown aside, and the chair was rocking slowly, like someone had just gotten up from it. There was a whisper, not from the room, but behind me. I spun around and saw nothing, but my reflection in the hallway mirror was not mine. It was smiling, even though I wasn't. I slammed the door shut and turned back inside. Elias was now back in the bed, eyes open. He said, "It likes you." I asked him, trembling, "What is it?" He smiled faintly and said, "Eyano auyon, ese past, boi sagnue I." "What did you say?" He didn't answer. He closed his eyes and went still. I sat outside his room the rest of the night with every light on, whispering prayers I barely remembered. In the morning, Mira found me in the hallway. I told her what happened. She said, "He hasn't spoken that phrase in 20 years. That was my mother's name. She died in this house." I never took another shift there. But sometimes, when I'm alone in my own house and everything is silent, I hear 3 soft knocks behind me, and a voice I don't recognize whispering a name I do not understand.